Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into some timeless wisdom that can truly transform how we experience life. We'll explore the power of silence, the strength in concession, and the secrets to finding genuine, lasting happiness. These aren't just abstract ideas, they're practical tools you can start using today. Let's start with a simple but profound idea. The art of listening. Have you ever considered why nature gave us 2 ears, but only 1 tongue? It's a gentle reminder that we should listen twice as much as we speak. When we truly listen, our words gain value and weight. We stop just waiting for our turn to talk and start actually hearing what others are saying. This shift can deepen our relationships and give us a much clearer understanding of the world around us. But just as important as listening is knowing when to be silent. Silence is a powerful tool, not just an absence of noise. So, when should we choose silence? First, when we don't have the full facts. Speaking without information only adds to confusion and can spread misinformation. Second, be silent when your words might hurt someone. A moment of restraint can save a friendship, prevent unnecessary conflict. Third, when your emotions are running high, especially anger or frustration, silence is your best friend. Words spoken in anger are almost always regretted. Give yourself time to cool down. Fourth, if you simply have nothing meaningful to add, it's perfectly okay to say nothing. And finally, be aware of your surroundings. Some things are best left unsaid in certain places or company. Mastering silence isn't about being passive. It's about being wise and strategic in our communication. Next, let's talk about competition. We live in a world that often pushes us to compete for everything: fame, fortune, and even being the smartest person in the room. But ancient wisdom offers a different perspective. It teaches us not to compete for fame with a true gentleman, because his character speaks for itself, and trying to outshine him is a losing game. It advises us not to compete for profit with someone who is petty or unscrupulous, because they might be willing to cross lines that you are not, and the price of that victory is too high. And most importantly, it tells us not to compete for wisdom with the universe, with nature, or with the great sages of history. Instead, we should learn from them with humility. The goal isn't to win every battle, but to choose which battles are worth fighting and which are best left alone. This leads us beautifully into the concept of concession. Making a concession isn't a sign of weakness. It's a profound display of strength and confidence. There's a famous story from Chinese history, the 6-foot alley. It involves 2 neighboring families who were arguing over a small strip of land. One of the families wrote to their relative, a high-ranking government official, asking him to intervene. The official wrote back a simple poem, which basically said, "You're fighting over a few feet of land, but where is the Great Wall today?" His point was that our squabbles are temporary and small in the grand scheme of things. Humbled, the family offered the land to their neighbors. Seeing this gesture, the neighboring family was so moved that they also offered to give up space. In the end, they created a 6-foot wide alley between their homes, a symbol of harmony and mutual respect. This story teaches us that sometimes, by yielding a little, we gain so much more peace, goodwill, and stronger communities. It's about creating win-win situations, not zero-sum games. Now, let's shift our focus to happiness. So many of us live with the mindset of "I'll be happy when ... I'll be happy when I get that promotion, when I buy that house, when I go on that vacation." We're constantly waiting for happiness to arrive in the future. But true happiness is found in the present moment. It's about practicing mindfulness, paying attention to the here and now without judgment. Don't let your mind be a prisoner of past regrets or future anxieties. The past is gone, and the future hasn't happened. All we truly have is this very moment. By anchoring ourselves in the present, we can find joy and peace right where we are, and that joy is often found in the small things. We don't need grand gestures or lottery wins to be happy. Happiness is in the warmth of the morning sun, the taste of your favorite coffee, a kind word from a stranger, or a laugh shared with a loved one. It's about cultivating a heart of gratitude. When you start cherishing every second, every minute, and every small blessing in your life, you'll realize that happiness isn't something you chase. It's something you notice. It's been with you all along. Take a moment each day to simply acknowledge 3 small things you're grateful for. You'll be amazed at how this simple practice can shift your entire perspective. Another key to a happier life is the company you keep. Have you ever noticed how your mood can change depending on who you're with? Surrounding yourself with optimistic, positive people is like giving your soul a vitamin boost. Their energy is contagious. They see opportunities in difficulties, not just difficulties in opportunities. When you're around people who lift you up, you'll naturally start adopting a more positive outlook yourself. This doesn't mean cutting out everyone who has a bad day, but it does mean being intentional about who you give your time and energy to. Seek out those who inspire you, support you, and make you feel good about yourself and the world. Hand in hand with this is the practice of forgiveness and tolerance. Holding on to anger and resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to get sick. It only harms you. Forgiveness is not about condoning what someone did. It's about freeing yourself from the emotional burden of it. When you forgive, you release the negative energy that keeps you tied to a painful past. It brings an incredible sense of peace to your soul. Tolerance, similarly, is about accepting that others are different. They have different beliefs, values, and ways of life. Accepting this without judgment reduces conflict and creates a more harmonious existence for everyone. It's about giving others the same grace you'd want for yourself. Finally, let's explore two last, powerful principles for a fulfilling life. The first is to live for others. It might sound counterintuitive, but one of the surest paths to personal happiness is through altruism, the selfless concern for the well-being of others. When we help others without expecting anything in return, we build genuine connections and receive true affection. This creates a support network that will be there for us in our own times of need. More than that, the act of giving itself brings a deep sense of purpose and joy that selfish pursuits can never match. True happiness isn't found in what we get, but in what we give. And to be able to do all of this effectively, we must know our limits and continuously work on cultivating our character. Understanding your boundaries, what you're capable of, what your principles are, and when to say no is crucial for avoiding unnecessary conflict and burnout. It's not about limiting your potential, but about acting wisely within your capacity. Alongside this, actively doing good deeds, however small, helps shape a noble character. A person of good character naturally attracts positive experiences and relationships. This creates a life that is not only peaceful and fulfilling for you, but also one that contributes positively to the world around you. So, to recap these powerful lessons, listen more than you speak, and master the art of silence. Choose your battles wisely and learn the strength of concession. Find happiness in the present moment and in the small things. Surround yourself with optimists and practice forgiveness. And finally, find purpose by living for others, knowing your limits, and always cultivating your character. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope these ideas give you something valuable to think about and to practice in your own life. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more content on living a wiser, happier life. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Which of these lessons resonated with you the most? Until next time, take care.